This right here is the YEEBOARD, probably a keyboard that you've never even heard about. However, it packs a serious punch into the keyboard market. Let's get straight into it. So you may be wondering or asking yourself right now, what is a YEEBOARD? And well, let me just explain that to you. So just a few weeks ago, I was over at TwitchCon Las Vegas, where they have a lot of expos and vendors sort of thing, where especially a lot of artists are selling art pieces and even keyboard stuff. Someone I've heard about before, known as Christian Yee on Twitter, someone who has done PC builds and a lot of other PC related stuff on YouTube for massive creators, was doing a keyboard company, and basically it created his own keyboard over the last 2.5 years, so I thought I would check it out. And what really caught my eye and kind of made the decision for me to actually go ahead and purchase one of these keyboards was a free engraving on the back metal backplate. Essentially, whenever you buy a keyboard from them, you can choose to upload any sort of design and they will engrave it with a laser engraving on the back plate, and it looks pretty phenomenal. So first off, let's start with all the details. This keyboard, it was $350 US with tax around $379, and I ended up paying around, I think it was total of 521 Canadian dollars with the conversion rate. So it was definitely a hefty purchase, but like I said, I don't regret it. You're getting a complete aluminum chassis, nothing really too special here, just a very, very solid build. All these keyboards do come with foam pre-installed, and I think it is a good idea to definitely keep the foam installed because this case does have a little bit of ping inside of it. However, with the foam, it doesn't sound like a foamed up board. It sounds perfectly fine to me. And when it comes to the material of the plate inside, I actually went ahead and asked one of them, and they told me it's actually a custom material that they make themselves, so not really sure what that is going to be. However, I can say it is quite similar to aluminum, maybe carbon fiber if you're pushing it, but that's a little bit higher pitched. The most relatable thing to me would be an aluminum plate, so kind of expect that feeling. With that, with the aluminum chassis, the aluminum plates, well, aluminum-ish, it sounds very, very high pitched, and that's definitely a sound profile you're probably going to get out of this board. When buying the YEEBOARD, you actually get 3 different color options. There's the white, which you're seeing right here. There's also a black and a pink and white. The way they display them is that the black keyboard has the tactile switches, or the baby kangaroos, while the white one has the linear oil kings, and then the pink and white one has your box jades, I believe it was. You don't have to pick a color with a certain switch, as I went with the white with the tactile baby kangaroos. However, since buying that, I found that I really don't like those switches, so I changed them out with the Dan Keebs blueberry swirls, and man, I actually love this change. Blueberry swirls are one of my favorite switches I've actually tried in quite a while. Super smooth out of the box. I don't really need to go and lube or film them, so it makes it much easier for me as I'm very lazy. When it comes to the mirror on the back, it's a silver mirror finish, and then as you can see, I got Yuta from JJK. If you guys don't watch Jujutsu Kaisen, definitely go watch it. I got him engraved on the back as he's one of my favorite characters, and I think it turned out pretty well. Unlike how I did it, you can completely fill out the entire backplate with whatever drawing you like. They did recommend me though that if you're going to upload an image, definitely have something with sharp lines, as it makes their job a lot easier and will overall give you a better turnout for engraving. When it comes to the actual weight of this thing, it is very heavy. It is about 10.5 pounds, at least what I measured on my scale with the plates in. It was definitely something that was not fun lugging it around TwitchCon. Thankfully they had lockers so I could put it away, but you get what I mean. When you open the box, you'll be greeted immediately with the keyboard as well as the engraving being under the little plastic sliver so you can see what your engraving looks like. When you open it up, you're greeted with a cable. I do wish at this price point that it was coming with something like a coiled cable, as stuff like the Zoom 65, Zoom 75, other keyboards as such are coming with coiled cables. At the end of the day, doesn't matter too much. It would just be a nice bonus. And while you'll see on my board, it's fully built, yours won't. The original packaging will include another tray of keycaps, so you do get to put the keycaps onto your board, which I do think is a great thing, because I don't think you would really want to just have this board completely built. Definitely adding the keycaps, especially for newbies who are kind of just getting into the keyboard hobby, it's a nice experience because it does kind of feel like you're really putting on that finishing touch of adding the keycaps. When it comes to mounting, it's definitely a gasket type mount. It's not going to be super flexible. It's nothing like an Envoy or for the new mode Tempo. It's nothing that flexible. It's a bit more stiff, but I found that to my liking. And going with the stock experience of keeping the switches that they originally give you, this board feels amazing out of the box. Stabilizers are perfectly lubed, besides my spacebar. My spacebar was ticking on the left side, but I fixed that. But aside from that, everything else was flawless. Very nice stabilizers. When it comes to overall feel, it's a very high pitch oriented board, so if you like that clacky sound signature, this will be perfect for you. And speaking of sound signature, here's a quick sound test. Yeah, as you can see, even with a switch like the Blueberry Swirls, this keyboard sounds very high pitched, but I really do love it. And regardless whatever the hell this plate is made out of, it sounds great, feels great, and like I said, it resembles really a lot of aluminum. Now the final question we kind of have to ask is who this keyboard is really for. I think it's definitely going to be for someone who's been into keyboards for a little bit, but doesn't have anything that's really high quality. If you've been someone who's been testing out like something like the Neo 65 or even the Zoom TKLs or kind of those kind of keyboards, I think that this is something that's definitely the next step up and something that might be worth investing into if you want to take that next step. If you're someone who enjoys that more thocky, deep sounding keyboard, this one probably isn't for you. But yeah, that wraps it up. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know if you want me to review any other upcoming keyboards. I'll have my Neo 65 review coming up soon whenever it gets to Canada, because you know, that takes forever. But yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.